I'm just going to start our recording. How's everyone doing? I just want to make sure that you can see my screen and hear my voice okay. So if you could just pop in the chat window that you can hear me fine and see my screen, and let me know where you're calling in from, where in the world you are. I always love to hear how far we get on these calls that we're doing these days, and I'd love to hear a little bit about what you do as well, so you can tell that in the chat window, and I will share that out. So Patty's here from Ontario. She is a fabulous author. I think you've got about 5 books or something out there, Patty. So if you guys want some new 6 books, there you go. Not prolific in your writing at all. So if you would, I love that. Thank you, Patty, for sharing that. 6 books from Ontario. That's terrific. Who else is with us today? And I'm assuming then, Patty, you can hear me okay, so that's terrific. I see a bunch of other people here. We've got Scott, Cher, Roger, Mohammed, Cora, Lee, welcome. Nice to see you all here. Happy to have you with us. It's Roger's in Bangkok, and so it's morning there. So you kind of have a head start on us. So welcome, Robert. Thank you for being here in your morning. Well, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it very much. I hope you're not hearing too much background noise. Trying to keep the noise down in the background can be a little challenging. So let's talk about growing your list with ease. Can you just do me a favor and put in the chat box, type the word list. Hang on. Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. Type the word list in the chat box if you have an email list that's growing on a regular basis, that you send emails out to on a regular basis, and that regularly brings you income into your business. So those are the criteria. Type list if you have a list that's growing regularly, adding new people to it, that you're emailing regularly, and that you get business from. Okay? So let me see. I see Patty's got a list like that already. Fantastic. I see Bonnie's here. Hi, Bonnie. Nice to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. So, okay. So how about let's type this then. Let's type email in the chat box if you would like an email list that is always getting new signups, that you email to regularly, and that you get new business customers and clients from. So let's type email. So Patty's in, Cora's in, Mohammed's in. Fantastic. So did you know you can actually do that directly from Facebook and collect email addresses right off of Facebook? You see a lot of people talking about building your email list. We're going to talk about why that's important today. And it certainly is one of the most important things that you can do in your business, for sure. But it always sounds so technical. You have to have other things, and you have to go through a long process. I'm going to show you a simple step process today that you can do and get email addresses while people are still sitting on Facebook. So to me, that's super exciting. So let's get going with this. Make sure if you have any questions as we go through the content, just pop them in the chat box and I will answer them as we go. And I've got a bunch of great information for you about how to do this. And then at the end, I have an offer for you, and I hope that you will be interested in hearing it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I do have an offer at the end of a fabulous new program I have starting and that I'm super excited to offer to you. And, if you're interested and it's a fit for you, then I'd love to have you jump in and join us. And if it's not, that's okay too. You're still going to get tremendous value today that can help you to grow your email list, and I'm happy to have you with us. So just before we get into the great content, let me tell you a little bit more about me. If you don't know who I am, if we haven't met on Facebook or anywhere else before, just a little bit about where I've come from, what I've done. I started this business in the fall of, January of 2010 is when I started this business, and it kind of took me a while to get it off the ground. I took about 8 months to really figure out what the heck I wanted to do and to define who I wanted to work with, and I knew I wanted to teach people how to use social media. So it took me quite a while to figure out which channels I wanted to focus on, because I knew I couldn't teach them all. And then it took me some time to get myself to a place where I felt I knew enough to teach people. So I am self-taught. I have gotten a lot of training since then, but initially I started out self-taught, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, holding local workshops, teaching people how to set those channels up and use them to grow their business. And I started offering those workshops in the fall of 2010. And then in February of 2011, my life took a turn for the better in the long run, but at the time it was quite a devastating turn. My husband of 14 years decided he no longer wanted to be married, and he actually changed the locks on our home while I was out with the kids one day. Now, this is the kind of stuff that you hear about in TV movies and in big screen movies. It was shocking and devastating, and it left me with 2 kids, ages 6 and 10, at a community center at 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon with nothing but the clothes on our back and no money, no income, no home, nothing. And of course, a time of devastation, a time of, regrouping. We went through all the legal pieces. I did get back into the home. He was told to leave. What he chose to do instead of just packing a bag and leave is he left the country. And quite honestly, we have not heard from him or seen him since that. That was 5 years ago. So, I went into mama bear mode. My business was not a full-time business. I was homeschooling my 2 kids. I was a stay-at-home mom. And overnight, I became the sole provider for our family of 3 and a cat. And people had been asking me, would I manage their social media for them? So I quickly started saying yes to those opportunities and went into overdrive and started building a business to support myself and my kids, because I knew he was never going to contribute again. And that has been the case. Sad for him. And so over the next few years, I really worked hard to provide social media services for people. In 2013, I narrowed my focus and started offering only Facebook marketing. And that's all I focus on now. I teach people how to use it, and I do it for other people. I do Facebook ads, and I create what we call Facebook funnels, which we're going to talk a little bit. This is a process in the funnel process tonight. We're going to talk about that. And this picture on the right is myself and my 2 kids in Mexico last January 2015. We went on a bit of a celebration trip, and we just had a fantastic time. And every time I look at this picture, it reminds me of the great time that we had and of us celebrating our success, our overcoming our challenges, our trauma. And, I still work from home. I still homeschool my kids. I have a business that brings in 6 figures for me and my kids. We get to travel. We get to go on vacations. I get to set my schedule. I get to work as much as I want to work. And right now I work, Monday to Thursday. I typically take Fridays off. And so I have a long weekend every weekend, and I work about 5, maybe 6 hours a day, depending, of course, if I'm in the middle of a launch or, bringing out a new program, then it's a bit more time. But I love that I'm in control of my schedule, and so many wonderful things have come out of that devastation. So I just wanted to share that with you a little bit. I have worked with a variety of types of companies, from gourmet food stores, boutique clothing stores, automotive shops, wine merchants, the Chamber of Commerce, business VIAs, farmers, high-end theater seating, tiny home manufacturers, seniors in-home care services, large hotel chains, restoration companies, computer training, literacy centers. The list goes on and on and on. And I have not found an industry yet that cannot use Facebook to market their business. It's a matter of knowing how to do it right, cutting down on all of the extraneous stuff that doesn't add to it, and being very focused on what you're doing, and just being consistent. Consistency is the key, for sure. All right, so let's move on to the content. Now that you know about me, let's use Facebook to grow our email list. the easy way. And there's some specific steps we want to take in order to do that. Now, knowing your audience is the first step. We're going to go through these a little bit more. I'm just going to highlight these steps. So knowing your audience is first. Then create a super enticing, high-value lead magnet. We're going to talk about what that looks like. Then we're going to want to create a social proof post on our Facebook page. We're going to run a boosted post to that, or a boosted ad to that. Then we're going to run a lead generation ad, and this is the type of ad that Facebook's brought out that allows us to collect email addresses right on Facebook. We can create a mini little opt-in form right on Facebook. Then we're going to deliver that enticing high-value lead magnet to those people to deepen that relationship, and then we have a sequence of emails that we send out that nurtures our relationship with those people. We do all of this before we ask for the sale. Give before we ask. That's the key. All right. So knowing your dream audience, your dream customer, your dream client, knowing who that person is almost better than they know themselves is the very first step to success in any business. Whether you're marketing it on Facebook or not, you need to know this. If you have a brick and mortar building that sells widgets, or you are an author or a coach or a speaker, or you manufacture car parts, or you sell clothing, you have to understand the needs of your audience almost better than they do. You want to ask questions that gets them telling you their dreams, what they want to achieve, what their goals are. Find out why they aren't achieving their goals, and then become the solution to that. So, of course, asking questions is key, and we can do that on Facebook. We can do it in our pages. We can do it in our groups. We can do it in private chat. We can also do it one-on-one in conversations, on phones, on Skype. We can do it in networking events. Anytime you have an opportunity to ask people to learn more about them, you're deepening the relationship. First off, people love talking about themselves, and second, they'll remember you because you were interested in them more than you were in selling them something. And people are willing to help. People love when you ask them, hey, I'm just curious. When it comes to growing your business, what is your biggest stressor right now? What's your biggest frustration? They'll tell you that for sure. And there you're getting market research information. You're getting a deeper understanding. Now, every person you speak to is not going to be a person in your dream audience category. But what you're finding out then is who's not in your dream audience or your dream client avatar. You're finding out who is, but you're also finding out who isn't, and that also helps you. It's super important. And from that, of course, comes an understanding that allows you to use certain words that resonates with them, and then will also resonate with more people like that. And that's what's so important that we want to do. Now, an example that I have for you is a past client of mine who was in a program that I've worked with, and she's a fabulous EFT practitioner out of London, and when we first started working together, when I asked her who her audience was, she said, well, I work with people who are stressed out. And she was having some success in her business still, but not the success that she wanted, and she was struggling with getting Facebook to take off for her. She was struggling with getting people to respond to her on Facebook. She was posting, she was creating content, but she wasn't getting the engagement that she wanted, and she certainly wasn't getting business coming from that the way she wanted. And she told me she worked with people who were stressed out, who were, really stressed in their jobs, stressed in their family life. And so we did this process of interviewing people and asking these questions with people, and what she discovered was everybody feels stressed out. And that's just too generic. When it's that generic, you feel like you appeal to everybody, but everybody feels like you don't understand them because it's generic. What she discovered was the words burned out more accurately described the people she chose to work with, she wanted to work with. So she started using the words burned out. She created a lead magnet around burning out. And I'm going to show you some of her results here in the end. I'm really excited about some of the things that have happened for her just recently as well. So knowing your audience, the words burned out immediately changed her engagement on her page because people started going, yes, that's how I feel. You get me. I'm going to answer your questions. You're resonating with me. Your message is connecting with me deeply. And people started to respond and engage and connect, claim her lead magnet, and her business has grown because of knowing her audience deeper. So that's just one example of how important knowing your audience is. Of course, when I started in business many years ago, I created a mail subscription for children. So every month they got something in the mail. It was fun. It was educational. And my first coach said to me, who is your ideal client? And I said, well, anybody with kids. So aunts, uncles, grandmas, moms, dads, grandfathers, sisters, brothers, anybody. And she said, no, that won't work. And it really wasn't clear enough until I started saying I was a Facebook marketing expert. My business really didn't take off. Until I started saying that I worked with heart-centered entrepreneurs, coaches, authors, and speakers. That's when things really started taking off because I could create content specific to them. And once I started finding out that people really wanted their engagement to grow on Facebook, then that, of course, is the foundation to success and to converting people into clients and customers. Once I started getting specific in that, my tribe, if you will, has grown hugely. The community of people, the family of people that I'm bringing together has grown. And in fact, over 200 people have joined my group in this month, in May alone, simply because of using the right wording that was resonating with them. So what's an enticing lead magnet? I mean, it is really what we're just saying here, and this picture really represents it well. It is something that magnetically draws you leads, that draws leads to you. So new email addresses, new people to sign up to your page, join your group. Look, they're all leads prospectively. But of course, if they join your group or they like your page, we can connect with them if they see our posts, if they're on Facebook at the time, if we post the right thing that draws their attention. So we're kind of beholding to an external source to make sure we actually get to communicate with them, being Facebook or Twitter, whatever. If you've got followers, you still have to post at the right time, the right content. However, if we get their email addresses, then we have access directly to their inbox without a third step in between. They've said, hey, I'm interested in what you have to offer. And that lead magnet, this high value, super enticing freebie that we're giving away in exchange for their email address is the thing that's going to build that relationship. It's going to take it from the person who clicks like to your post to commenting on your post, maybe sharing your post. When they give you their email address, they are going to be saying, I want to know more. I think you've got something that I can use. I think you can help me. I want to know more. So all of you today would have filled out an opt-in form when you joined to sign up for this webinar. This is essentially a lead magnet. So you signed up that form. That's done through a third-party application called Lead Pages. Your email addresses go automatically into my email service provider, and now I'm going to give you great value. And hopefully at the end of that, we're going to deepen that relationship even more by having us create a working relationship together. So an enticing lead magnet is something that solves the biggest pain of our dream clients, that deepens that relationship and really gets them ready to want to do business with us. They've stepped it up a notch. They have said, hey, I really want to see if this is the right person to help me build my business, or to help me find a home for my mother, or to relieve my stress so I can stop feeling burned out, or to help me publish my book, or whatever your individual niche is. That's what this lead magnet is going to do. It's going to let them know you are the expert and that you have the solution to their problem. So then after we create that, and that doesn't have to be a hugely daunting process, and in fact I have a process that's going to make this super easy for us to create a lead magnet that you can give out to your fans to turn them into sign-ups on your email list. Once we do that, then we're going to create a social proof post like this one. So this was posted on my Facebook page. This is offering my lead magnet that I created last year. It was an ebook, how to easily grow your business with this step-by-step guide to more clients now. I listened to my audience. They told me they wanted more clients. I'm helping them get more clients. All they have to do is claim this ebook, and they will know the steps that they can take to get more clients in their business. And then I wrote a post that connects with them. Have you dreamed of building a successful and sustainable business so that you can have the time and money freedom to do what you really want in your life? That's a question based on information that people have said to me. This is what I want. I want more free time. I want more money. I want to be able to travel. I want to retire my husband. I want to take my grandkids to Disneyland. I want to go to Italy. I want to take a cruise, whatever it is. I don't want to work all the time. I want to be able to give more to my charities. I want to be able to do more to help orphans, to save dogs, to stop animal abuse, whatever it is. They want more free time to do that. They don't want work to be the big thing. So that's what this ebook is about. So I offered this. I created this post on my Facebook page, and then I ran some ads to it. And you can see we had over 47,000 people reached in this post alone. Now that reach is controlled by the size of your budget. I could make it bigger if I had wanted to put a bigger budget on it, and it could have been less if I had less of a budget. Now I can, turn this on and off over and over again whenever I want. From that, I had over 500 reactions, so likes, comments, posts, loves, shares, whatever those are. We had 53 comments and 40 shares on this post alone. So 40 people saw this and went, I'm going to share this out to my tribe, to my friends, to people who like my page. This social proof, this that you build by creating a boosted post to this post on your page, builds a social proof that positions you as an expert. The 53 comments are all people saying that I've helped them with their business. And when I now run the next ad to them that we're going to go into, they're going to see this post and they're going to see this social proof. They're going to see all those comments, all the shares, over 400 likes on it. They're going to say, wow, she knows what she's talking about. And then they're much more likely to give me their email address because I have shown them, or I have a post that represents that that I know what I'm talking about and that I actually have helped other people. And an important thing here is to see that we've got over 900 clicks on the link to claim the ebook alone. So that alone is fantastic. So that's the social proof post. We want to show people that there is, so that people who don't know us, we want to show the people who don't know us that we have helped other people. So instead of us saying how great we are, we've got other people. It's like testimonials that they're giving us. And then when somebody who doesn't know us yet sees us, that's going to help them decide to trust us enough to give us their email address. And I don't know if you noticed, but in your newsfeed on Facebook, you see offers for ebooks and webinars and trainings and PDFs and handouts all the time. And if you start paying attention, you'll see a lot of them have no social proof behind them. They have no likes, no clicks, no comments, no shares. What makes that? When I look at those, I wonder, why would I claim that if you don't have people who already know how valuable you are and what you do? So that's what this post is creating. So that's the boosted post that we add to it. We're going to create a boosted post, and we're going to, that's the first step. After we create the post, then we do the boosted post, and the boosted post is specifically designed to get our post on Facebook into more people's news feeds so that more people can see it and like, comment, and share, and we can build that social proof. So a boosted post can be anywhere from, $1 a day up to whatever you want to spend, really. So you are in control of that. But you don't want it to be just random who you're targeting. You want to target specifically people who already like your page and their friends. Now, why do we do that? Because people who like your page already know you to an extent, and we're building that social proof from people who already know you, so we want to be reaching out to those people. Now, sometimes you can use a boosted post and target more specifically, but in this case, I want the targeting to go specifically out to people who like your page and their friends. Now, their friends are going to see that, Bob likes your post or comments, and Bob says, hey, you're awesome, you've done a great job, you really helped me grow my business. And then all of his friends have an opportunity to see that. If they're looking to grow their business, they're going to look at that and go, oh, wow, if Bob thinks she's okay, then I want to, connect with her as well. And then they're more likely to opt in. So creating the boosted post gets that specific post we've created, out in front of more people to build our comments, likes, and shares onto that post. Then when we create the lead generation ads on Facebook to a new audience of people who don't know us yet, we create a specific audience that we want to target based on our conversations with people and knowing what their needs are, so that we make sure we're targeting the right people. Then those people may not know us yet, but they're far more likely to claim our ebook or our, whatever our lead magnet is, because of that social proof. So Facebook is really smart. This requires no third-party lead page service. So all of you would have opted in to get access to this webinar. So that means you went to a landing page and you put in you saw what the webinar was about, and you put in your name and your email address. That was created off of lead pages. That is a third-party tool that you can use. It's a super tool. I absolutely love this tool. It's been a great addition to my business. It costs about $70 a month, and it is a little bit techy. Now, if I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. I am not a tech genius, so it's not, the most complicated thing in the world. But there's a learning curve to learning anything. And, there's just another level of work to this. Now, the other thing is, when you run an ad to anything that takes people off of Facebook, they charge you a little bit more because they want people to stay on Facebook. So your ads don't convert as well if you're running them off of Facebook. They really want to see if you can keep people on Facebook. So we're going to set up the lead generation ad, which keeps people right on Facebook. You don't have to use a third-party service, so you're saving that $70 a month. You create a very simple form right off of Facebook, so you can still control what information you want to collect from people, whether it's just their name and their email, or if you want, to know what city they're in or their phone number, you can collect that. But the most important thing is you don't need that third-party service. You don't send people off of Facebook, and you can collect that information. So you set this ad up in the Ads Manager, the information is collected right onto your Facebook page in a certain place in your admin panel on your Facebook page. You go there once a day, you download your list of new email opt-ins, new email addresses of people who've said, hey, I want your lead magnet. You download them once a day, then you go to your email service provider, whoever that is, and you upload your new email addresses to your email service provider, and away you go. Every day you're getting new leads directly through Facebook that you can add to your email list and nurture to become clients and customers. This is such an exciting process to go through, because there's something about going to your page every day and seeing 5, 10, 15, 50, 100 new email addresses from people who've said, hey, I want what you're giving away. Very exciting. So of course, once you upload them into your email service provider, then we need to deliver that lead magnet. We need to give them the goods. We can't just say we're going to and then not. So we can set this up as an automatic system send. So I use Constant Contact. You set it up in advance. As soon as the new email address is entered into a specific list, you have a setting that triggers. It automatically sends out that lead magnet for you, which means you're not doing it manually. You set it up once, and every time you add a new email address to that particular list, then they get sent the lead magnet that they've asked for. And it happens in autopilot. So after you've uploaded, you can go and hang out with your family, go for dinner, go to the movies, go to bed, and people are getting your information and reading it and seeing that you are an expert and know exactly what you're talking about. I love this process, and if you don't have an email service provider, I can set you up with a complimentary 30-day trial to Constant Contact. All you have to do is just message me on Facebook, and I'd be happy to set you up with that. I am an authorized local expert for them, and to my way of thinking, they are the easiest to use email service provider out there. They have great training, they have great support, they're very intuitive, very easy to use, it's not technical at all, and it's quite a bit of fun. So if anybody wants a complimentary 30-day account on Constant Contact, just either, let's see, you can put 30 in the chat box, and I will make a note and connect up with you. So if anybody needs to start with an email service provider, there's no obligation, after. You can decide to not stick with them. You can cancel after the 30 days, but you can give them a try if you want. So if you are interested in joining and getting in a Constant Contact account, just write 30. Oh, I see people are doing that now. Okay, so I will make notes of who it is that needs that, and I will get you hooked up after the call, okay? Great. So then we need to nurture our list. The worst thing we can do is get people to sign up for our email list and send them our lead magnet, and then we just forget about them. We don't send them anything for a month, and in a month we send them something that promotes our business or a sale that we're having, and they look at that and go, who is that? Why am I getting this from them? Because they don't remember you, and they have no relationship with you, and they haven't heard from you since they opted in to get the lead magnet from them. So that's the worst thing we can do. So we need to have a sequence of emails that go out, so a day or two after. So they claim their lead magnet, you get them into the list, it gets automatically sent out. A day later, 2 days later, they get another email from you saying, hey, I wanted to make sure you got your ebook. Here's another link to it. What did you think? And then give them another tidbit of information that will help them even more solve their problem. Then 2 days later, send them another email with a specific tip that you can share with them that you want to help them grow whatever the problem is that you are trying to solve for them. So make sure that you've got that sequence of emails that you can send out that go out after they receive the lead magnet from you, because this is the time that they are super interested. This is when they are really feeling eager to hear from you. And if we leave it, it's kind of like, not following up after a networking event. People say, hey, let's connect and go for coffee, and you take the card home and you throw it on the table, and a week later, a month later, you go, oh crap, I was supposed to get in touch with them and go for coffee. I forgot, and you call them a month later and the moment's gone and it's past, and it's the same sort of thing. So you really want to focus on that follow-up and making sure that they know that you care about them, that you're grateful that they signed up for your email list, that you have even more genius to share than what you did in your lead magnet, that you have an abundant heart and you're willing to, help and give, and that you're not always asking. Then when the day comes a month from now that you actually do ask them to buy something, they feel a deeper connection with you, and they are much more likely to invest in whatever you're asking them to because you've given first. So nurturing your new list is super important. So what kind of results can you get following this process? And I'm just going to show you a few results, and I hope that my dogs aren't going to bark because I just happened to hear some noise outside, so I'm going to apologize in advance. But here is an example of one of this exact process that I went through for a client. So it was a client who has the boutique clothing store in my town where I live, in the city where I live. And she also has a business that's kind of spun off of the clothing store now. This is a perfect example of somebody who knows her clients super well. She knows her customers are women 40 plus who like to shop and like wine. And so she started offering retail therapy tours. So she brings together a group of women on a Sunday afternoon. She rented a bus and she drove them around to 3 or 4 different stores in our community. Nobody knows where they're going until they get there, and they shop, and each place offers them some wine, and they have a great time. Well, this has grown so much. It's turned into a freestanding business on its own now, and Vanilla Express Tours and Charters it's called. And so she wanted to start growing her email list for the tour business that are much more focused on looking for tours and charters. So she does stags, stagettes, bridal parties, corporate events, weddings, celebrations, birthdays, all sorts of different plans like that. And so she wanted to grow a list that were of people that were more interested in the tours and charters and not just the clothing. So we ran this post on her Facebook page, and our lead magnet for this is 2 tickets to an upcoming retail therapy tour. So it's a contest, which is a perfectly acceptable lead magnet, as long as the prize that you're giving at the end is relevant to your business. There was a time when a lot of people really gave out iPads, everybody that had nothing to do with your business. People give you 1,000 subscribers for that, but as soon as they found out they didn't win, they left your list. So what was the point of that? So make sure if you're going to do a contest as a lead magnet that the gift, the prize, is relevant to your business. So we did enter to win an afternoon of retail therapy tour, 2 tickets, did this post. We had 10,000 people reached, 41 likes, a bunch of comments of people that wanted to enter to win. And we had almost 100 leads added to our list for only $182. That was $1.91 per lead. That's super inexpensive leads of very high value. People are super interested, are engaging, and the people who didn't win, they're buying tickets for future tours that they want to go on. So we're seeing that she's getting an increase in business from this one contest that she did. So here's one of my first ebooks that I put out. It's not really an ebook, it's a 10 tips report. I did this 2 or 3 years ago now. 10 tips to increase your engagement on Facebook. So specific, very clear for people, anybody who wants to increase their engagement on Facebook, this is what they wanted to claim. And I was hearing from people that they needed to, they wanted to increase their engagement. That's the one thing people consistently say they need more of on Facebook. So I added hundreds of new emails to my list, and they all cost me less than $1 per email address. Now those people have gone on to purchase programs, my boot camps, and attend various webinars, and have helped spread the word, but most importantly, of course, have purchased products and services from me. Here's another example. I showed you this earlier. This is my ebook that came out last year. Over 300 emails added for under $2 each. Still totally worthwhile the investment, because so when you think that I spent, a fair amount of money on these ads, but what came out of that? From that last fall, I filled a high-end program, a 6-month program with people who paid me $750 a month for 6 months to go through a program with me that I was teaching them from this. So I filled that program. I brought over $20,000 into my business from this investment alone, of people who claimed this ebook, then had a conversation with me, and then signed up for my high-end program. So the return, I spent $600 to earn over $20,000. I'll do that over and over again any day. And it can be done by anybody in any industry. And here's a client of mine, a friend of mine and a client who created this ebook, and I was telling you about her earlier. She was the one using Stressed Out, and she changed it, 7 signs you're burning out and how to stop it. Now from this, what she has seen is that her engagement on her page is increased by 81%, and she got 5 new clients 2 weeks ago in 1 week. 5 new clients into her business from this. And I've just got her link down here. If anybody is really wanting this, absolutely not a problem. If you do, how about type burnout in the chat box, and if you do, I will type the link in for you so that you can have that. If you want to go and claim her ebook, I told her I would give you the opportunity to have it, to thank her for letting me use her as an example. So I see people are typing this in the box. That's terrific. So let me just take a second to type this into the chat box. If you don't know this about me, I'm not great at talking and typing at the same time. Nope, see, I did the wrong thingy here, so I got to go back 1 second. There we go. All right, that's sent off to everyone. So you can just click on that link and go and claim Joelle's ebook. But, you know, from consistent, focused effort to running her Facebook page, managing it, doing the things that I've been teaching her, and creating this lead magnet that is attractive to her dream customer. She brought in 5 new clients last week. Now I know during the course of the program she brought in more. Even then, I'm going to say she brought in probably close to 5 during the course of the program. So, you know, tremendous results that are trackable, and we can share with you that people are getting these results. This is working. So what would this mean to your business if you had a system that you could do this over and over again? So obviously business growth, you know, working with more ease, growing your email list with ease, getting more people to sign up for your programs, for your services that you offer, so that you have more income in your home, in your life, in your pocket. You could take more time off and spend it doing what you want to do, whatever that is. That's what this would mean to your business. Perhaps bringing on more people to help you manage your business is a dream. That's what this could do for you. It's a very concentrated process that you absolutely can see results through. So how can you grow your list without the pain? Now, I told you at the beginning I was going to have a special offer for you, and that's where we're moving into now. So I want to share with you, I've created a program that will allow you, show you how, walk you through hand in hand with me to grow your email list without the pain of the learning curves, without third-party tech things, without the expense of them. So I want to introduce you to the Easy List Building Formula, which is my new program that I am bringing out. It starts on June 7th, so just a week away from this. I'm super excited to this program. So what do you get with this program? It is a 4-week program, so it is short. You're not going to make a big 6-month commitment to me today. It's 4 weeks of very focused, concentrated effort to see results at the end of those 6 weeks. So you can go into summer with this in place and with your email list growing over summer while you can take some time off with your family. There's going to be 4 one-hour calls over the course of those 4 weeks. Now those are group coaching calls, and I'm going to teach you the very specific steps that we're going to go through and walk you through those in those 4 calls. You'll have time for Q&A in each of those calls, so I answer all of your individual questions on those calls. You're also going to get a 30-minute private one-on-one strategy session with me. We're going to get together in that time. I'm going to help you get clear on your audience, who your dream customer is. I'm going to help you get clear on what your lead magnet's going to be. I'm going to answer your individual questions about how to apply the learning from the group calls into your business. Then we're going to create that high-value lead magnet for your business that addresses your audience's needs. Now you're going to put your genius into it, because I don't know your business niche as well as you do, and I probably never will. So you're going to create the content for it, but then my team will take it and do all of the end to it. We'll beautify it. We're going to create it into a beautiful document, handout, PDF that you can give away. We're going to put images in it. We're going to do headers and footers and format it all and make it look so beautiful and professional for you. We're also going to create a Facebook ad image like the ones you've seen, the burnout one, the one from my ebook. We're going to create images for you like that, an image for you like that you can use on Facebook. It'll be Facebook ad compliant, and that's what you can use to promote your ebook. You're also going to get 3 email templates that you can use as your list is growing. After they've received your email, your lead magnet, you're going to have these templates that I've created for you, and all you have to do is plug in your information, schedule them, and away they go. This is as close to autopilot as I can get. So you're going to get these templates, and you just have to customize them for your business, schedule them in your email client provider, and away you go. And of course, if you do not have an email service provider, you're going to get a 30-day complimentary session account with Constant Contact as part of that. It's all fully recorded. There's a private members area where you will have lifetime access to all of the resources, all of the handouts, and all of the recordings. There's 24/7 support, unlimited questions you can ask me. We're going to have a private Facebook group that's already hopping with the people who signed up earlier on this, and that's where we're going to get that support ongoing. I'm going to be there every day answering your questions, challenging you, keeping you moving forward, and keeping the momentum going in that group. So that's the program. That is the program on its own, and I think it's a pretty great program, but it gets better. I decided to reach out to some friends of mine to see if they had some bonuses they would like to give you. And so my friend Jennifer Hensel, who runs the fantastic Connect Now networking group in my area, has given us as a bonus to you 12 ways to maximize your day while increasing your productivity and results worksheet. This is absolutely going to keep you on track in your business so that you are more productive and get more results than you've ever seen before. It's a fabulous resource, and Jennifer's giving that to you as a bonus. It has a $97 value. My friend Tracy Eman, who is an amazing SEO specialist and website designer, she's going to give you her keyword marketing secrets report. Now this is super important. If you have paid any attention, if you've got a website, you know how important keywords are. Well, this is going to take the mystery out of SEO for you, and she's going to help you find your top keywords for your business that you can use in your website, in your blog content, in your Facebook posts, in your lead magnet that you can use, and this is a resource you'll have endlessly. That's $350 value. Tracy is giving you that as a bonus. Bonus number 3 is from my friend Jessica Carter-Brace, and she is a YouTube video queen. I'll tell you, this woman rocks it. She is giving you 3 pieces, a little package, a bundle here. She's going to give you 101 YouTube video ideas for your business. It's an ebook she's created. Now it says YouTube video ideas, but it could be Facebook Live video ideas or video ideas alone. It's a fabulous resource. She's going to give you her 5 days to total confidence on camera e-course, which I think is a phenomenal offer as well. That alone is going to be worth the value. And then she's also going to give you her workshop on defining and attracting your ideal client. So that's just taking you deeper in the work we're already doing. That has a value of $270 for those 3 bonuses. And then I decided to throw in a super bonus for you here. And so I've only got 5 of these available. And here's why, because I'm going to set up a Facebook likes campaign for your business page to grow the likes on your page with highly targeted yet super inexpensive potential customers and clients for you. These are people that are interested in what you're talking about, that potentially could become your business partners or become clients or customers, but are going to be engaging on your page. They're looking for your content. They're going to like, comment, and share your posts. And I'm going to set this up. Now, normally I charge $500 just to do this for somebody. And I'm going to bonus this for you, but I've only got 5 of these available because it does take my time. But we're going to get together and I will set that up for you. Now, what it does not include is the actual budget for your ads. That goes directly to Facebook, so that's separate. You're going to have a budget for that, but that can be anything that you want. We can discuss what that looks like. That alone is a huge bonus. All right, so here's the total package. The 4-week Easy List Building Formula program is $997 value. Then you've got the 12 Ways worksheet, which is a $97 value. The Keyword Marketing Secrets Report, $350 value. The 101 Video Ideas, the video bundle that Jessica's giving us, that's $270. Now, I did have an additional bonus in there of an additional one-on-one session with me, but that's already sold out. I've already sold as many of those as I can do. But you've still got opportunity for the first 5 people who sign up to have me set up your Facebook Likes campaign. And believe me, I've set up dozens of these campaigns. I can get your cost per likes down to pennies per like of really highly targeted people that are interested in your business. So the total value of this program today is over $2,000. But I'm not going to ask you to spend that. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. Today I'm going to make it available to you for only $397. So it's a huge discount. I really want this to be a no-brainer. I want you to jump in on this. Now, if you're kind of going, hey, ooh, $397, there is an opportunity for 2 payments that you could take. So 2 payments of $260 you could take today, and that's $260 today and then $260 in 30 days. So you get to complete the program before you even finish paying for it. So you'll be seeing results and having your email list growing before you even make your final payment to me. So that is the package today, and here is the link. I'm going to put that for you in the chat box. Anybody who is interested, please go ahead and do it, and then come back here and let me know that you've done it, because I want to welcome you into the program. It's going to be such a fun program. I've already got a bunch of people signed up, and we're already talking in the group, and the enthusiasm is going. So let me just make sure I've got this link right for you. All right, there you go. Now I'm just going to take a minute and show you when you get to that page, here's what you're going to see. And we have 2 options here. On the left is the one pay and a list of everything that's included again. And you just click either, down at the bottom, sorry, you click the join in for the one pay of $397, or on the right hand side you click the bottom, the get started, the orange button for the 2 pay option. And I'm all about the beach. You know, once you get your email list growing, once you get this happening, you could be sitting on the beach somewhere while your email list is growing because you're running Facebook ads. So let me see if you have any questions about anything I've presented today around the whole formula, the easy list building formula. So if any questions about that process, go ahead and ask them now. Any questions about the program, go ahead and ask them now. I'm here for you. We've got a few minutes. If you've gone and signed up for the program, please just go ahead and let me know in the chat box. And so, yeah, go ahead and share your questions. What would you like to ask about this process? Anything about identifying your dream audience, anything about creating the lead magnet, anything about social proof posts, let me know. All right, you guys must be right on top of this. I've explained it all very well, I guess, because the questions are not coming. All right, well, I'm going to say thank you. I'm happy to, oh, hang on, here's a question for us. Nancy's got a question. Hang on one second. Just reading it. So she's asking how long does this process take in the programs? That's a great question, Nancy. Thanks for asking. So the program, of course, is the 4 weeks. You're going to have everything completed within the 4 weeks. We're going to have your audience avatar interviews done. You're going to have the ebook or the lead magnet created. You're going to have the social proof post done on your page. You're going to have social proof building. You're going to have the lead generation ad running. And you're going to have people already claiming your lead magnet before the program's out. So you absolutely could have results and have your email list growing, potentially even new business before the 4 weeks are up in the program. We do start June 7th, so it's the beginning of July that we are going to be finishing up the program. So thank you, that's a great question. And Scott's asking, is the best lead magnet ebook or are there other options out there? An ebook is probably not actually the best thing these days. People are being offered ebooks all the time. So in the program, we're going to focus on creating something that's high value and is very easy to consume. So people are looking for that fast hit, things that are really going to be quick and easy for them to answer or to read. They can claim it quickly, they can grab it, they can read it, and they get some nugget of information that they can't just Google for, and they have got an answer to a problem that they didn't have before. So an ebook is good, and we do that in my longer programs. We create the ebook because that takes way more time to create. In this one, we are going to focus on creating a lead magnet that's going to be able to be done in the time frame that we have, but is also going to add tremendous value to your audience, but be something they can claim and digest very quickly, but offers tremendous value. So I hope that makes sense, Scott. Thank you for asking that. That's a great question. And Roger says, you're clear on the pieces, you just need help sticking them together, and that's great that Roger's in the program, so I'm glad that Roger's going to be joining us. We'll get that all set up for you and done. All right, any other questions at all? All right, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your time today. If we end up the webinar and you've got some other questions around what we've taught today or around the program, just message me on Facebook. I'd be happy to chat and answer those questions with you. You know, not a problem at all. So I don't see any other questions coming in. Thank you everyone for your time. Have a great evening, and I will see you on Facebook.